Today, I cooked for my family and nobody died. It's always a good day when my cooking doesn't maim, injure, or kill. Because every time I cook, I'm convinced that someone will turn pale, clutch his or her belly, foam at the mouth, and then sprint for the bathroom, or just keel right over. Needless to say, I'm not a natural in the kitchen. I try. After all, I'm a mum. This is part of the job description, right? It's supposed to be part of my maternal DNA. I definitely did not inherit the cooking gene from my mum. She's the world's greatest cook. I yearn for her meatloaf and her cheesecake. When I'm sick, her chicken soup is the only medicine that heals. Her trifle is legendary in England. I have fond memories of helping her measure and stir as she'd prep and bake. Osmosis, however, failed me. Like me, she wasn't actually a natural-born cook. But once married, my mum experienced this culinary metamorphosis, blossoming into a competent, fearless creator of deliciousness. Hoping to nurture similar qualities in me, my parents sent me to an all-girls school. Alas, while I did well academically, my grades for domestic science were well below average. Fast forward to my 30s. One evening, I invited my soon-to-be fiancé over to my place, intent on making a romantic meal. I prepared the only dish I really knew. He wanted to hang with me in the kitchen, sizing up my qualifications for future wifedom, motherhood, and domesticity. But he quickly recoiled when he saw that every ingredient was either from a can, a carton, or the freezer. Mortified, I banished him from the kitchen. Did I mention he's a professionally trained chef? No pressure, right? Well, despite his horror at my pasta mush, he still married me. Maybe he thought my culinary skills might emerge like they had for my mum. Fortunately, our relationship is based on many other qualities, like good humor and forgiveness. These days, I can be inspired by a recipe, game to give it a go and expose my family to something new. I'm all about Pinterest. My recipes to try board has more than 1,000 pins of culinary delights. I've attempted about 3 of them. My success rate is low. Usually, the end result looks nothing like the picture. It might taste good, but my kids usually turn their noses up when served something that looks, smells, and tastes suspiciously different from chicken tenders or mac and cheese. My husband, bless him, praises my efforts, chews his meal with enthusiasm, and makes all the right noises. He coaxes the kids to try at least a bite. The silver lining, plenty of leftovers. It wasn't always this way. When they were infants, they ate everything I cooked. Yes, cooked. I was really good at making purees, because boiling and mushing stuff, that I can do like a pro. And since I wasn't able to nurse my kids when they were infants, preparing food this way made me feel like Mother of the Year, all wholesome and nurturing. I was an overachiever in the puree department. My fridge filled with baggies of green, yellow, even purple frozen cubes of homemade nutrition. My kids willingly consumed vegetables that today are considered devil's spawn. Beets, parsnips, spinach, even black beans. It was good while it lasted. I'm happy to tell you that one of my cooking adventures has in fact become the stuff of legend on social networks. Allow me to introduce you to the hippo cake. It was Rosh Hashanah, and like all Jewish festivals, it's celebrated with food. A few days before, I called my mother and asked her for her wonderful honey cake recipe, thinking it was my maternal duty to bake one for my family at this auspicious time of the year. I'll never really know what went wrong. Did I confuse the measurements? Maybe I omitted the baking soda. Perhaps the oven was the wrong temperature. After all, British recipes are in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Never has a photo posted on Facebook received so much attention. "What is that?" was the most frequent comment. "It's a honey cake," I'd respond. "Looks like a hippo," someone quipped, and everyone resoundingly agreed. And so the notorious hippo cake was born. Every year now, friends and family clamor for me to repost the hippo cake photo on Facebook, claiming the holiday cannot properly commence until I do. So this is what it comes down to. I can bake cakes that look like animals, and I can puree like a champ. Evidently, as a mother, cooking is not my strongest suit. But at least I haven't killed anyone. They say some genes can skip a generation, so I'm hoping that my kids inherit their quick wits, good looks, and self-deprecating humor from me, and their culinary skills from their grandmother.